Tonight, new information following the death of a Morrow County deputy who was killed in the line of duty. We now have Deputy Daniel Sherrer's body camera video from that fateful night on Memorial Day.
And that video is giving us better insight into the moment that fellow deputies rushed in to help. The images are intense. Tom Bosco has the story, and we do want to give you a warning that this video might be disturbing to some.
The Morrow County prosecutor releasing the video from the body camera that Deputy Daniel Sherrer was wearing, and also the body cameras from a couple of other deputies. Now, most of the video has been redacted, but what is on that video paints a vivid picture of the interaction between Sherrer and the suspect, Brian Wilson.
Same caller from last time, speeding officer down at this time.
A deputy got the call and sped away. The call no one in law enforcement wants to hear on the radio, that one of their fellow officers had been shot.
We got.
The first deputy on the scene enlisted the help of a neighbor who happens to be a firefighter. They knew early on the situation for Deputy Daniel Sherrer was dire.
One to the chest. I had no pulse.
Brian? Moments earlier, Sherrer had responded to Brian Wilson's home and found him on his porch with a gun. Wilson's brother-in-law also said Wilson had recently unloaded 2 clips into his truck. The neighbor told Sherrer Wilson said he was not afraid to die. Sherrer would die from his injuries, but not before Wilson was shot as well, in the leg and the arm. The first deputy on the scene had 2 tasks: care for his fellow deputy and make sure the suspected gunman was no longer a threat.
My hands are up. Please help me, please. I'm sorry.
The man who is now accused of shooting and killing Sherrer, who was caught on camera ordering the deputy to leave, had something different to say as he lay injured on his porch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Roll over! Okay. Brian Wilson, where are you shot at? I'm sorry. Where are you shot? I don't know. I have no idea, sir. I'm sorry.
No.
Wilson may have said he was sorry on those videos, but he's still going to have to face the justice system. He is facing 14 counts and could be sentenced to death if convicted.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Wick, and I am the Morrow County prosecutor. I'm joined today by our Morrow County Sheriff, John Hinton, and the president of the State Federation Fraternal Order of Police, Jay McDonald. I wish to express our continued thanks for the prayers and support that our Sheriff's Office and law enforcement community have been getting over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to ask that everyone continues to pray for Deputy Sherrer's family, his fiancée, and our law enforcement community at large. I'm here today to answer the call yesterday from President McDonald in that I am committing to, if you harm a member of law enforcement in Morrow County, that you will be put in jail. We will seek a high enough bond that you will not be able to get out of jail, and that you will then go to prison for as long as we possibly can make it. I employ my colleagues as prosecutors across the state to join me in this commitment. Our first responders are our front line, but we must have their backs and must be committed to making the cost of attacking law enforcement or any first responders so high that it dissuades anyone from doing so in the future. As it relates to the case involving the murder of Deputy Sherrer, I have a prepared statement, but I will not be taking questions as I am ethically constrained to only publicly filed court documents. This morning, June 6, 2025, a 14-count indictment was returned by the Morrow County Grand Jury. I would indicate and remind everyone that these are allegations at this time, and the defendant remains presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. In the indictment, count 1 is aggravated murder for the purposeful killing of Deputy Daniel Sherrer, who was acting as a law enforcement officer at the time. In this count, there are 3 specifications that qualify the defendant for the death penalty. On count 2 is aggravated murder for the purposeful and premeditated killing of Deputy Daniel Sherrer. This also carries 3 specifications that make the defendant eligible for the death penalty. Count 3 is for felony murder. Count 4 is the felonious assault on a police officer causing serious physical harm. Count 5 is felonious assault on a peace officer with a deadly weapon. Count 6 is for the attempted murder of the defendant's brother-in-law. Count 7 is for the attempted aggravated murder of the defendant's brother-in-law. Count 8 is for felonious assault on the defendant's brother-in-law. Count 9 is for domestic violence, with the defendant having a prior conviction for domestic violence. Count 10 is for the unlawful discharge of a firearm into a habitation. Count 11 is for the unlawful discharge of a firearm on or across a public roadway. Counts 12 and 13 are for the possession of the firearms, which were criminal tools, and their utilization in this case. And count 14 is for the discharge of a firearm while intoxicated. Counts 1 through 11 have specifications that would require an additional 3-year sentence for the defendant's use of firearms in the commission of this offense. After consultation with Deputy Sherrer's family, the law enforcement community, and review of the facts and circumstances around this case, upon conviction, it would be my intention to seek the death penalty. Proverbs 21:15 says that when justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous and fear to evildoers. I stand committed with my office and our law enforcement community to seek justice for the fallen Deputy Daniel Sherrer and the law enforcement community in Morrow County and abroad. Thank you.